The culture currency show is for those who recognize that nuance is key. We don't pretend to have all the answers, but we tackle the issues that affect the majority when speaking of Black America. Our discussions are informed by the host's personal experiences and insights, and we're always open to evolving our perspective as we gain new understanding.
This is the story of two friends
from the
Bronx
who decided
to get real, be direct, and impact Black culture. Welcome to Culture Currency. Where culture is the value.
Where culture is the value.
How you doing today?
I'm good. You?
I'm great. Can't
All right,
complain.
all right,
Life
right.
is good.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yes. Today.
I'm happy we're having this discussion because it's current,
Yeah.
but also because it's on the heels of the Drop Your Flag discussion. So today we're discussing F the Streets. It's a conversation that's happening.
And sort of a bit of a controversy, too.
Yeah.
Yeah. People
And
feel different
so
ways
I
about
wanted
it.
to discuss that from our point of views.
Absolutely. So let's do it.
I'm Mahogany.
I'm Ish.
And this is Culture Currency.
And we say fuck the streets. What it means to me is all the negative that the streets breed, F that. F making our kids murderers, unempathetic, callous human beings. F all of that. You know what I mean? F, introducing our kids to drug users and dealers. F all of that. I wasn't raised by the streets. I was raised by love. But it was a large part of my foundation. So I do appreciate the edge that it gave me, the street smarts that it's given me. But F everything that it breeds for folks who don't have that kind of balance in life.
Because we are tapped into Hocus 4/5 movements, a lot of that conversation has come about around his movement after, he said to drop the flag, then the F the Streets thing took place, and a lot of discussion around that is happening around him. And so I was able to tap in, and I noticed that a lot of people are pushing back. And I was very taken aback by that.
Me too.
Because I was like, what the hell is happening, right? Then I said, illness wants to stick around. It doesn't want to die.
Right.
Illness wants to stay. And
Right.
so I wanted to understand what their perception of that meant.
Right.
Why they was pushing back on it.
Right.
And I noticed that a lot of people were stating that for some of us, that's where our community is. For some of
That's
us,
the family.
we didn't have this, and that's the only way we got money, and And it always takes me back to our lack of being able to identify core of things. A lot of things can be attached to something, doesn't make it that, right? So yes, you might have found community in the streets, but that's not the only place you could find community.
Absolutely.
You may have made money in the streets, it's not the only place you could make money.
Right.
So I understand from the perspective of someone who felt like that's all they had at the time. But now when you're in a different place, you shouldn't be holding on to that same understanding. You should be trying to enlighten people, because if you're gonna hold on to just the bits and pieces of what the street gave you, then hold on to it all. It gave you death.
Right.
You know how many people lose their lives in the streets?
Yeah.
Friends
Or dying
who
in
murdered
jail.
almost
Yeah.
died themselves, or in jail,
Yeah.
or all of the things. So
Yeah.
if we starting to hold on to the streets just to be able to say it gave me this, then
Right.
talk about all it gave you.
Right.
Because that's not all it gave
That's
you.
not all it gave you, exactly. And when I think about what it's taken, I say F the streets because if it wasn't for the streets, my father would have been running an architect company. My brother would have owned a line of FedExes. One of my aunts, I know for sure, she would have been a social worker or a stylist. You know what I'm saying? But just being in the streets and being in the streets so long, none of them became everything that they could have been. You know what I'm saying?
I wanted to have this discussion from the standpoint of if you feel like the streets gave you so much, find ways to turn street culture into something that is not what street culture is known for now.
Exactly.
Right? So the streets has a certain stigma because of the things that people choose to do there.
Right.
not the
Yep.
fact that you can't do other things there, right?
Yep.
And so I wanted to have the conversation
I
from
love
that
that.
standpoint.
I love that because at the end of the day, the streets is a location and we built the culture around it, right? So can we, instead of F the streets, can we love the streets? Can we get back to play streets and hopscotch and can we have them on every block? I know some blocks have them, but it's
happy you
very
said
rare.
that.
Can we do the workouts in the park, when all the guys are together doing their things? Can we do food banks everywhere? Let's love the streets then. We don't have to say F the streets, okay. Let's say, let's love the streets, and what does that look like?
Yo,
You know what I mean?
I'm happy you said that because we grew up in a time where the streets was love.
Oh my goodness.
Although
it was so much.
the other stuff
yeah.
existed too, but I remember being able to be outside
Yep.
and nothing happened.
You know why?
I remember being able to because there was a lot of principles still in existence.
Exactly.
Even the people who were not necessarily on the straight and narrow
Right.
made sure that the people who were on the straight and narrow were safe.
That's right.
When I grew up, our community policed itself.
Right.
Nobody could come in the community if they weren't from there without being vetted.
Right.
You was trying to
Yeah.
go see one of the girls from the
Yeah.
projects,
And who was
it's
you?
over
Right.
for you
Right.
if you not gonna come in and have a conversation
Right.
with somebody
And
to
be
make it
respectful.
all good.
Yep.
Right? So we were able to know when somebody fishy was around, right? The kids was able to be outside
Yep.
playing hopscotch,
Yep.
playing skelsies,
Yeah.
right? Jump
Yeah.
rope,
Yeah.
riding out bikes,
Yeah.
running back and forth, playing tag throughout the
Right.
building,
Yep.
right? Everybody knew each other. We had this conversation
Yep.
before, like getting back to community. That's one of the things Hocus for a Fifth was saying in his thing as well.
Right,
It's
yep.
like, yo, getting back to being tribal, taking
Right.
care of each
That's
other,
right.
embracing each other,
Yeah.
getting back. That is also street culture.
Right.
Right. But that's not the part that people seem to hold so dearly to.
Right.
And that's problematic for me.
Exactly. And when you lose those principles, now we have the wild cowboys and the violation of women and children, and it's okay. It's in our music.
It's in
You know what I'm
everything.
saying? It's in everything.
It's
yeah,
in
but
everything.
So,
Right now, it's a part of our DNA.
Yep.
And we have
Oh.
to, that's why I said it's illness. It's a part of the cultural DNA. That's why people are begging to keep stuff that are bad for them, right? When you're ill, your body is trying to fight it off, but there's also a part of your body that's trying to keep it. That's why it's a fight, right? So there's those of us
And
who...
any little bit piece of it that you feed it is like having a colon feeding your body sugar. It's gonna grow.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You're not doing the things that's healthy to get it up out of there.
get it up out of there.
And so we have some of us who are speaking against, all right, the activities need to be changed, right? If we change how we're medicating, right? Then we get a different outcome. And then
Right.
there's people who are fighting to keep it.
Right.
And they're like, yo, the sickness helped me.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The fever,
Right.
the fever fought the...
Right.
It's like, no,
Right.
like the
Yeah.
fever shouldn't have to be there.
Yeah, like I lost weight cause
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The fever shouldn't have to be there. It's
Right.
there for a reason.
Right.
And so
It's like F the viruses on the
Yes.
streets. F the viruses. Yeah.
F the negativity, period. Like, this is not even just a street conversation. It's
Right.
a conversation of humanity.
Yeah.
We just had a conversation about spirituality
Yep.
and how you show up and how that shows up in the world beyond you once you put it out into the world.
Right.
It's like we are spreading illness,
Right.
and only some of us want to stop the illness and some of us want to stay sick.
Exactly. Everybody who already made their choices, we are very grown. We middle-aged, all of that. Give our kids a chance. Do not put guns in their hand. Push them towards going to school, to their after-school programs. And like Hocus was saying, go upstairs to your mother.
Yo.
You know what I mean? Stop introducing our kids to drugs and giving them their first blunt. You know what I mean? Making popping pills seem cool and all of that kind of stuff, and sip and serve, you turn them into literally dope fiends. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
man.
Like, come on. You know what I'm saying? Like, F all of that.
A lot of us, as we got a little older, started speaking of the hypocrisy in our households. You know, when it came down to our parents, you know, this is adult business. Stay in the child's place, go over there, and they're doing things that they shouldn't be doing, but they didn't want us to see it. It should be an action.
Right.
But if you are not in a space where you're acting it, at least have enough respect for the people around you to not display it as something
okay.
to do,
Right.
right? And so, although our elders may have dropped the ball in the space of being the example sometimes, they at least had the respect for us to make sure that it didn't happen in our faces.
Exactly.
And so bringing it back to the streets, I remember growing up when our older people, even in the streets, if they seen you have potential, they wasn't trying to let you go left.
Absolutely.
They
like,
was
nah,
like,
nah,
nah,
you gotta go to the gym, go play basketball.
Not you.
Go do what you doing. Right, exactly.
You know what I mean? Not
they
you.
understand this wasn't it. Now it's supposed to be it. It's never been it.
And we're not speaking from a space of not acknowledging that it can be a loophole in certain instances for getting quick money and different things like that. But what we're identifying is that not all money is good money.
Right.
And also, there's a lot that comes with anything that goes quick. It's always some unhealthy. You try to lose weight quick, you take a pill, that joint killing your kidneys while you're losing weight.
And then also it becomes addiction.
You know what I mean?
You get it quick and you get it, it's an addiction. You know what I mean? If you feel like, oh, all I have to do is nothing is ever easy. So if you feel like you're getting something easy or something wrong with that,
something gonna be
it's
connected
too good to
it.
be true. When I was on the street, it was a time frame. So when the kids are getting out of school and all that kind of stuff, we wasn't outside.
And a lot of times they didn't pitch in front of.
Right.
It was like, yo, let
them
you
pass.
see the kids coming.
Right, exactly.
You know
all
what
of
I mean?
that, yup.
So whether you respected what they were doing or not, you definitely understood that they had some moral compass.
Yep.
Some level of moral compass.
The reason why it's so wild now also is because we're living at a time where we're seeing the young people sort of taking over the streets and doing what they do, and these are humans without completely developed brains. So it's wild now. There's no guidance. You got children defining the terms, defining the rules, and what young person
and they don't
do
even
you
have
know?
no definition.
Exactly. What young person do you know follows rules?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Our young
push
people
against
need guidance, right? But now they have this power, the power of the gun, open access to it. You know what I mean? And now things are just a complete disarray. Of all that about the streets. And anybody that's pushing back on that, you're sick mentally.
Yeah.
Mentally ill.
You need to ask yourself why it is that you can't see the positive that the streets gave you outside of the streets.
What you mean by that?
Yes, you might have gotten some gold nuggets from being in the street.
I definitely
But
did.
those things are not just street things.
Right.
They're not just street things. They just so happen to that's how you engage with them.
Right.
They're not just street things.
Right.
When we was having a conversation about gangs, I'm like, yo, I understand that people get community from gangs, but people can get community in so many other ways.
Right.
The gang is not the only place you get community.
That's true.
You know what I mean? And so it's like we gotta stop tying things to one specific area because it works for our agenda.
Right.
Get creative.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? This goes back to our freedom conversation. Like the streets don't give you that. The streets don't give you freedom.
Right. Definitely.
The streets take it away.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so there are things that feel freeing in the streets that you can get elsewhere and maintain your actual freedom.
Absolutely. And then those of us who are entrepreneurs, the streets didn't give you that entrepreneur spirit. You had it already.
You know what
I mean? Like, so your resilience and the strength to survive the streets, you had that already.
All of the things. You gain community by relatability. The streets didn't give you relatability.
Right.
You already was relatable.
Was that.
And all of us have it. It's just to like-minded people.
Right.
Right? So you find your people and now you're building community. It's really just, it's not a street thing.
Yeah, the streets didn't give you your leadership skills.
You know what I mean?
They didn't.
It didn't give like you came here whole.
Right. Yep.
We just had that discussion.
Yep.
You came here whole. Now you just gotta act in your God.
That's it. You just gotta act in your God. Like I was just watching Tommy
Power joint.
Yeah. And Vic, one of the characters on there, he was sent to a safe house or whatever, and his girl was like, "Listen, we starting over." He was like, "Yo, I don't even know who I am no more." You know what I'm saying? Because he wasn't doing what he usually does. He was like, "I don't even know who I am no more." And then that's what it is because it's become
their identity.
Yeah, it's become part of it. Yeah, that's your identity. So who am I without this? My notoriety. This is where I get my love. This is where, you know what I'm saying, I got this is where I got my smarts. For those who not booked, okay, I'm street smart, I know this. You know what I mean? This is where I'm fluent in, and then when you don't have that, then it becomes, who am I?
That's a real thing. I remember going through that myself, not street connected, but at one point didn't know who I was without my accomplishments. And I remember being stripped down and being like, oh my God, like I didn't feel like my powerful self. Of course, I've had insecurities like everyone else, but there's a certain part of my spirit that always knew I'm her. And I remember feeling like I'm not her. My move to Connecticut took certain things away. Like that part of my path was necessary regardless of how it hurt me.
Right, turned out right.
It was necessary because it made me look at myself. I had to see myself.
Your full self.
I thought that was my accomplishments. And as long as I was accomplishing, I'm cool.
Got it.
I'm good. What? I'm solid. You crazy? Look what I do.
Right.
So I started believing that I was what I produce.
Oh, I wonder, do I feel that way?
You know what I mean? And then I had to strip myself down and see my power in just being.
Yeah.
Because I didn't see that prior.
Yeah.
And that changed everything for me. So you saying that in connection to the street, I understand that.
Yeah, I understand.
I understand that.
Hell yeah, I understand. You say for all the OGs out there, say it's been you. You know it's not all good and you know it's not okay. And you know in the back of your mind, you're like, damn, I could have did this. I would have been this. Give the young boys and give the young girls a chance and help push them towards that.
Yeah.
Help give them what you never got.
Fix what you break.
Just fix what, that's all I'm saying.
That's all.
You know what I'm saying? Okay, you don't want to say after, fix what you break then. However you want to phrase it. You know what I mean? Let's give this next generation a chance to have what we didn't. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot more money flowing around. There's a lot more resources. We could do something.
The thing is, there's such beauty in that, right? Like, even if you have regret for how your situation turned out, first off, I don't believe that is the end. So you can always remodel that and change your circumstances today. I don't care if you're 50, 60, I don't care. But outside of that, do you know the investment in your spirit that happens when you pay it forward?
That peace comes, man. That feel good
that
you never felt before.
Forward, when you like, yo, you done gave a little game and you see somebody taking it and you see them flourishing.
Right.
You showed somebody something. You taught them something and you see them taking it and flourishing. You feel accomplished. It's like, yo, I did something great. You know what I mean?
Right.
Not just that, you start knowing like, oh shoot, I really do have this information.
Yeah.
This stuff really works.
Right. I can teach this and I got it. Like I'm something besides this. That's why I love my father so much, man. I don't just love him, I respect him so much. Because he's been thorough throughout. And then not being in the streets at all anymore for a very, 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 very long time. But still being that solid man, which means you was always that outside of that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Still
The
being that
streets ain't make him
intelligent.
solid. He was solid
it was
already.
just another avenue you use it and use it in the wrong way. But that's a solid man right there, man. And all of us got what we have. When we're talking about spirituality and connecting to all of those seeds that's planted, we're all born with these seeds in our purpose. Your purpose is not to hurt your community. Your purpose is not to kill your brothers and sisters.
Or yourself.
That's not your purpose. So it's really about just connecting to our purpose. So when we say fuck the streets, we say fuck not connecting to your purpose.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
There's nothing I want more than to see that 180 happen in our community. There's nothing I want more. Like I'm dedicating my entire life to it because we too great not to be acting like it.
Right, man.
How you gonna be God and not acting like God?
Today's
that don't
mathematics, you heard?
Yeah, I understand that you have a connection to something, and when you have a connection to something, it's so hard to like disconnect from it.
Yeah.
So we're not saying
like turn your back on your people and all of that kind of stuff.
Yeah, that's not what we're saying.
Yeah.
When you say F the streets, we're not saying turn your back on your people. We're not saying turn your back on your community. We're saying the exact opposite. Because when you're killing your community, what that mean? You definitely not you're not embracing them.
Right.
When you're teaching them the wrong direction to go, what you doing?
Right.
You know what I mean? So we're saying the exact opposite. We're saying turn into your community.
Right.
Thrive in your community. Help your community to thrive.
Right.
And if that's what the streets is doing, then it's not F the streets.
Right.
But right now, as it's working, yeah, F that.
Because if the streets was all that, why would so many of us try so hard to get out?
That's the thing. Like so much has changed
wanna be
because
rappers, you
now
wanna be
people want to
podcasters, you
do
wanna
this
be fashion
forever.
designers.
Before it was a stepping stone.
A stepping stone.
You know what I mean? That's why even in our discussions when we talk about our little bouts in the street, we made sure we said we not street people.
Right.
We had moments.
Right. No, I was locked in. I thought I was gonna be there, and then
How
something
long
happened.
you did it?
Couple years. I was a couple years.
I was out of there.
Oh nah.
Cause mine I had a purpose. I always have a plan.
Yeah, it was some
So
time
mine was a
because I
plan.
got deeper before I got out. It was some time. Yeah, but then when I was done, something happened to me spiritually. Something happened to me that changed everything for me, and it was no turning back from there. It was nothing.
I never seen myself wanting to be in the streets. I actually, I didn't feel good about myself when I was doing it.
Yeah.
I was in a desperation state, which I speak about often. Anytime
Yeah.
you're in a desperation state, you're about to F your world up.
Right. But you know what made me really stop too was a spiritual awakening. But also when I realized that I was making a choice, and out of all the choices I had, why am I making this one? That's what really helped me to it. I'm like, wait, hold up, yo, Ish, you're bugging. Like, yo, what you doing? You could be doing what? If you don't start from the bottom and go, you're gonna be all right. I always saw myself as a winner. I never doubted that. Start from the bottom again. Figure yourself out. You're gonna be all right. So I'm all right.
Yo,
Yeah.
you know you not for the streets when you're in the street pitching and you thinking about what if my mother see me.
Oh, nah. I'm stupid. My mother see me. Yeah.
Yo, I wasn't, cause I was out in the street for a specific reason.
Yeah.
I needed a quick turnaround. I needed to change my situation real quick. That was the only way that I was able to see the money coming as quickly as I needed it.
Yeah.
And so I was outside, and it didn't make sense. Like I've always been a thinker, so it didn't make sense to me to go to somebody else's hood. I'm safe in my hood,
Right.
but my mother here, and I don't respect what I'm doing. So I definitely don't want my mother to see me doing this.
That is true. And I'm trying to think, but I'm like, did I feel like hell yeah? I remember my dad came to the block one time.
Yo,
and I'm like, I hope
looking
nobody come up to me
crazy.
right now. I hope nobody come up to me right now.
Did they?
Not only did they come up to me, one of my family members was like, Ish, they waiting for you.
Oh, it was meant to be. It was meant for
I'm
him
like,
to know what you was
all right, let me go do what I'm doing. And then all he told me is about how to be safe. And then he had the conversation with me. He's very, very strategic guy. How to be safe, and then had to talk about, you're going to find yourself soon. It might take you a little time, but this ain't you.
Okay.
You're going to
That's
find
where that
yourself.
convo happened.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
you-
when that,
okay.
after that.
Yeah.
After that.
My mother never seen me,
Yeah.
thank God.
But if it was my mother that was standing there and they was like, I would be like, there's no way I would have did that. I'm not. Actually, I think about it, I can't even, like, service, nah. Because I can't imagine a heartbreak in her
That's
life.
why I'm telling you. That's
Yeah.
why
She knew what I was doing, but she never
wasn't
seen
supposed
it.
to be outside. My mother
Yeah.
didn't know.
Yeah.
I don't think she still knows, unless she might know.
Yeah.
I don't know if she knows. We never had that particular conversation. But knowing that,
I'm gonna go ask her, did she know I was a drug dealer? I'm like, you know
Nah,
I was
what?
a drug dealer, right? You knew that?
you knew that.
She gonna be like, oh no. Lying, Ma, you lying. I'm gonna ask her. I'm gonna see if she lying or not. I could tell.
Nah, I never thought it was cool. But it was a time. And like I had
That's what I'm about
very
to just
quick
say.
scenarios to
Yeah.
let me know that this wouldn't end well.
Right.
That's why I don't be understanding, like, people be out there, they friend killed next to them, they still come back outside. They go sit for a minute, they still come back outside. I'm like, how many times you need to be dropped on your head to figure it out?
That's what I don't understand, the thing about getting deeper, but then it's like it just happens. Because even when I was out there, like, it's certain things that I did that a lot of people don't know, and I would never say it out loud. You know what I mean? Especially publicly.
Yeah.
But it's like, why choose to continue to put yourself in these situations? It's like but it's just like, but the thing is, because it becomes your world. So now that's your karma, right? Now this is your world, is this craziness
Living
and this.
in it.
You living in it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm, just so blessed that I was able, whatever happened, was able to pull myself out of it. But it's like, it becomes your world, and this is what it is. But no, it's not. You created this.
Yeah, I could never get comfortable with it. I didn't like myself in that space. I didn't like it. I didn't like it. I would never sit and act like I was like, I didn't like any of it. My boy is with me. He's a little younger than me, and he's willing to do whatever, and I'm allowing him to. And I'm like, ew. Like, who are you?
Right. Yep.
Who the hell are you? That was nasty work. There's no way in hell I could look at that portion of my life and think highly of myself.
One thing that really, when I saw that, it was really going against who I was. Because I was already in the after school programs when Harlem Children's Zone, Rise and Shine, and all that. Did all that stuff, and Parks and Rec. I was exposed to those things, so thank God I was. Church, I was exposed to all those things. So when I was doing the opposite of everything that I knew, when the scaffold, when they doing construction, it was a scaffolding, and the scaffolding was a good thing for us.
Yeah, because the cameras didn't.
Yeah, because it blocked everything. So when I realized that being under that darkness, being under that was good, that's when things started changing for me too. Like, oh, this is good. Like this, you know what I'm saying? Like under here, like, this is good. This ain't good for me. This ain't good for me. You know what I mean? And I remember the little bit of money I had, but it was money at that time. I think I said this already, I helped fund a film festival, and that's how I started getting out and, teaching one hour a week, trying to get my head back in that space. And then I went and finished college. I did all those things to try to got myself back on board.
Listen, my little run didn't do what it was supposed to do.
It didn't?
It didn't do what it was supposed to do. But Source, when I say has had my strings the entire time, it's like every time I made bad choices, God was like, oh, that's what you're going to do? Throwing stuff at me. So it was like I was in it, but while I'm in it, I'm seeing my future. And it wasn't looking good.
Oh, you have premonition.
Yo, I'm telling you, the things that are happening is happening for me to see.
Right.
Because if I did not take the initiative to be like, all right, I'm going to stop, I would have been, it wouldn't have ended well.
And I've been blocked a lot too, though. And I'm saved a lot. Only 3 different areas that I've been in my life, right? Streets, music, nonprofit. And each of those areas, I've been able to, in some areas as a privilege to, really kick it and build relationships with some of the top people in those worlds. So in the streets, I would have been dead. I don't even know how I end up meeting these people and doing stuff with them. I would have been dead. I would have been done, because these are some grimy ass, super duper gangster ass dude. I don't even know how we ended up doing stuff together. That's not even the type of time I'm on. I got on that kind of time because just being outside. Boom. Then in the music industry, meeting the heads of these labels and really talking to them and building relationships, like self-text message on that kind of level. And then getting to nonprofit, now I'm text message and meetings with the top people there. Now I'm where I'm supposed to be, and now I feel good. But it's like, Ish, you always been that.
That's what I was
You
about
don't
to say.
need that.
That's what I was
You know what I'm
about to
saying? Like,
say.
I didn't need the streets for that.
That was already who you were.
Right.
That's why it shows up in every realm you go into.
Right.
And that's the point.
And this is my first time really seeing that. I'm writing it down like, oh.
Nah. Everything that I've ever done, I see why I'm able to be who I am in those spaces, because that's just who I am. And that's the point of this conversation, right? That the F the streets, it's like all of the things that you're holding on to, that you're like, no F the streets, no F the streets. The streets did this for me, did that for me. No, you did that for you. You did that for you. And the quicker you understand that, the quicker you're able to let go of old things and start new things.
Right. With the talents and the seeds that's already planted on you. You know what I mean? All your God-given power, all the spirituality in you has always been there. You just got to use it in a different way and don't be scared. It's scary. That scary is good. Scary good.
Listen, if you gonna be like no F the streets and be a scary nigga,
right.
I don't understand it.
I don't understand
I don't
it.
understand it. We be
Right.
so tough with the hands.
Yup.
So tough, ready to fight.
With
And
the
then when it
hammers.
come down to some real toughness, now
You
everybody's
scared.
shook.
You scared.
Now
yup.
everybody's shook. Nah, hold it down.
Hold it down. P.O.P.
Hold it down.
I love you.
I'm Mahogany.
I'm Ish.
And this is Culture Currency.
And we say fuck the streets.
After Streets.